desktop PC that delivers powerful multimedia performance at an unbeatable price. Home computer never looked like this, and it was never such great value before. The Presario 2240 means multimedia, featuring accelerated 64-bit 3D graphics with Direct 3D for high-performance graphics to speed you through work and play, full-motion MPEG video playback, and super-fast 20-speed max CD-ROM. It means the coolest sounds, courtesy of amazing JBL Pro speakers with 10 stages of audio equalization, as well as a built-in dynamic bass port for richer, more powerful sound. It means the power to do what you want today and tomorrow with its powerful 200 MHz processor with AMD K6 technology and high-capacity hard drive. And it means plenty of scope for future growth with 2 USB ports, 2 open slots, and an open hard drive bay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Compaq Presario 2240. A system which, when it was new, offered great value for money, but it offered more, something that we really could not have predicted back then. The system offers great longevity and unimpeachable reliability. When it was new, this system came with a 200 MHz AMD K6 MMX enhanced processor, 32 megabytes of sync DRAM, 2.1 gigabyte hard disk, 20 times max CD-ROM drive, high-speed 56K modem, 2 megabytes of video memory, accelerated 64-bit PCI graphics with Direct 3D, MPEG-1, 16-bit stereo with 10 stages of audio equalization, and integrated JBL Pro speakers. 2 USB ports, 2 open slots, and 1 open hard drive bay meant that this system was expandable and upgradable. Instant on and volume up and down easy access buttons. And this whole package came with a year of on-site warranty. This system, when it was new, came with a nice wee software bundle. Not only did you have Microsoft Windows 95 OSR 2.1, which would be restored if needed using a Compaq Quick Restore CD, you also got the Compaq Internet Setup Wizard, online registration, Internet Explorer version 4.0, Microsoft Works version 4.0A, Encarta Encyclopedia 98, Microsoft Football, Moto Racer MMX, America Online, and Quicken 6. Quite a nice wee software package to get you started with your brand new Compaq Presario personal computer. To get who started though, I'll tell you who it got started. It was us, the Wakefields. 20 years ago, my mum purchased this fantastic gem of a machine. In her words, to help us with our homework. When we got this machine, it was not necessarily about gaming. It was about study. It was about learning. Not that we couldn't play games on it, because we did quite a lot. But a lot of what we did on this machine was more educational, because that is what my mum wanted it for. And while it represented great value at the time, the machine was still quite pricey, as computers were back then. But even now, this machine has given us, and especially me, many years of computing pleasure. I mean, sure, it wasn't the fastest machine, and sure, with the specs of the time, it did kind of seem to feel obsolete quite quickly. But the important thing is, if you take care of the machine, give it a fresh install of Windows every now and then. Don't be an absolute fanny balls with your programs and storage and what have you, like I was. Then you can make this computer perform very nicely. And it will do so for many years to come. This machine is now 20 years old. And it has never skipped a beat. Only problems I've had with this machine were ones that I made happen. And were very, very, very easily sorted. It is this machine that made me realise that Compaq actually could and did make excellent computers. Because the only experience I'd had with a Compaq was a very lowly spec'd Desk Pro at school. And from then on, I'd actually thought that Compaq were not actually that good. But how very wrong I was. Seriously. And that was the advertising blurb for this computer. The Compaq Presario 2240. Hello everyone, the Flying Scotsman here, and welcome to the 20th anniversary of my family's owning this machine. Don't know when it was built. Could probably find out if my name was Bill. It started with Bill and ended in Lee-Car. But here it is, the 1998 Compaq Presario 2240. And this particular example is very dusty. It also has a nice wee spec sticker. Still there, a bit discoloured, as is the front of the case, a bit yellowed unfortunately. But the machine itself is all in good working order. It has run Windows 95, 98 2nd edition, 2000 and ME, obviously not all at one time. But now it spends its days as a Windows 95 machine. Over the years, I did actually get the cover off of this machine. Felt a wee bit dirty doing so, almost, but I did a 4GB CF card, which has been fine. And more recently, I've added a network card. But this machine has never accessed a website in its life. In its 20 years, I've never gone on and accessed a website. I've always had the machine connected to the second IP address of my server's LAN. I had a kind of a bridge network going on. I forget what it's called, but I have two subnets. My server straddles two subnets. The one that accesses the internet, which is used by my main machine, printer, and any other kind of modern day devices. And then I've got the 192.168.1 subnet, which my old computers use themselves. So what I'm going to do is, what I intend to do in this video is just to, kind of play about with some of the software that I used to play about on this machine, and maybe play about with some software that, I play about with now, and, maybe look at some stuff that I couldn't get working back in the day, which I can get working now. So, let's power this thing on. Now, at one time, the machines that I was using at school, 1998 was the first year that I actually had proper hands-on experience of Windows 95. And the machines that ran it were all of the AT style, so they actually had hardware power switches. The real ones that actually kind of pushed in the way. And when you shut down your machine, it would say, now safe to turn off your computer. So I thought to turn on this machine, because I didn't know what a standby button was at the time, I thought that you would press this. Well, that will wake the machine up from standby. And that CD-ROM drive has made that groaning noise for goodness knows how long, but it works. It still goes. I love this. Compaq. I always found it quite odd how this had the Windows... Well, it didn't have the logo.sys, so it had the Windows 95A startup screen and RCM. As Windows 95B came out, it had a new screen that advertised Internet Explorer was a thing. See, this is something that would not have came up, the Microsoft network. This would have been a wild dream of mine back when I was about 12 years old, to actually have network access from this machine. Of course, the JBL speakers kicking in there. And I've always liked how you have this volume indicator, like, like a TV from back in the day, bright green and everything. So, there's a lot on this machine. I've installed quite a few things. One thing that we never had when I was growing up that I always really wanted was Microsoft Office. Actually, so did my mother, because she was learning Microsoft Office. Buying this computer actually encouraged my mum to take some computer classes. So she did at a local New Start centre back in the day, and then she just kept on taking different classes, and diversified, what classes she did. So she did a maths course, she did a legal writing course, she did what else? She does, done photography, and now she does art. So, I guess my mum's always kind of wanted to learn new things, but this machine is, kind of obviously motivated her to go to different groups and what have you. Now, she'll tell about how she can paper a wall with all the qualifications now. So that was good, but we never had the software. We never had the right software at home for her to practice. What we did have was Microsoft Works 4. Oh look, it's still here. And this is how I used to do my homework. So Times New Roman. James Grivens, this brings back memories. I mean, I didn't come home every night and just jump on the computer and do my homework. I wasn't allowed. Well, I mean, it wasn't that I wasn't allowed to do that. It's just that this computer, I think, Mum wanted to make sure that we weren't spending too much time. I mean, so, initially, I mean, when we even got the PlayStation, we'd be limited to half an hour each, and then, on weekends it might come back and we might have another half an hour. But with the computer, I mean, this was for homework. So we had, homework style applications. I mean, yeah, this machine came with a couple of games, neither of which we could get working at the time. Things has changed now. But, so yeah. But sometimes I did do homework on this machine, and I've just realised I forgot to reset the refresh rate, so I'm going to do that now. There we go. That should be better. So, let's... I guess now we've explored Microsoft Works, I think we should load up Microsoft Encarta. So I do have a Microsoft Encarta disk. The original one that will have came with this machine, but we're not going to use that because I don't know why. We're just not. What we're actually going to do instead is we're going to use this one. This is a deluxe 2 CD edition. So let's install it, I guess. I remember, like I said, I'd only had hands-on experience with Windows 95 that year, and even then I'd only ever used Microsoft Word to do actually maths. Or science. That was the other classroom that originally got a Windows 95 PC. So I'd never ran a CD-ROM from Windows 95. And for some reason, I was a wee bit unsure of how I would go about such a thing. And I just, yeah. Don't know why I thought it would be any different. I mean, should be the same as starting any other program, right? Of course, Windows 95, ironically enough, one of the things about Windows 95 is you have auto-run. Once the program's installed, which it would have needed to have been installed anyway on 3.1, but once a program is installed, that's it. You're there. You put the disk in, it starts automatically. You don't even need to start the program up manually. I mean, obviously the disk has to support autoplay, but some did, some didn't. What can you do? So this is the deluxe version of Encarta 98, the one that's got everything. The machine originally came with just standard edition of Encarta 98. But even that, you would have to install yourself. Whereas on a Packard Bell, the installer for Encarta would have been there on the start menu. You just kind of start it up. On this, you'd have to install it. But, I mean, it's not any kind of big hardship or anything to do such a thing. Alright, now we're ready to run. Very nice. So you have the usual array of features, encyclopedia articles, media features, online features. That was a new one for Encarta. Well, can't remember if it came in Encarta 97 or 98. Basically, I think you could update it and what have you. You know, go to Encarta Online. That would bring up a web browser, like so. And because I'm not connected to the internet on the subnet, I'll just get that. And this machine came originally with Internet Explorer 4. But didn't come with front page Express installed as default, which I found a wee bit disappointing because I really wanted that. Because, I mean, this machine was with me through my let's get obsessed with everything web-based phase. So, in that vein, see if we can it's a hypertext markup sandwich language. So can I adjust the text size? I know I can. Don't hold out on me, man. Don't hold out on me. About Encarta. No. There we go. I can change the settings, choose a default web browser, and a default word processor. By default it would be WordPad. But when I used Encarta on my own machine, I would set the default to Microsoft Word. At least I did when I got a copy of it. So here we go. Hypertext markup language. In computer science, the standard text formatting language since 1989 for documents on the interconnected computing network known as the World Wide Web. HTML documents are text files that contain two parts: content that is meant to be rendered on a computer screen, the markup, and markup are tags. Tags encoded information that direct the text format on the screen and is generally hidden from the user. HTML is a subset of a broader language called Standard Generalized Markup Language, SGML, which is a system for encoding and formatting documents, whether for output to a computer screen or to paper. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff nobody really cares about. Yeah. Oh, look, we've got contribution. But let's say we wanted to do a research project on the World Wide Web to maybe write a report. To install the Encarta Research Organizer, insert the disk labelled Encarta 98 Research Organizer into your computer CD-ROM drive, follow the instructions on the screen, remove the Encarta Research Organizer disk from your computer CD-ROM drive and replace the Encarta Encyclopedia disk. So I guess we do that now. Is that what we do? Is that what disk 2 does? This is just disk 2. Was I supposed to get a disk 3? I like this as well. Shows how new CDs still were to a lot of folk. It had instructions on how to access the other side of a case, and these instructions were obviously wrong because this case opens out the way rather than, like, it opens from the left rather than from the right. Right, well, this has not done anything, so I don't know what's to give here. Let's go into Windows Explorer and hey, a wee look. I'm just gonna, yeah, that's gonna be much better. Okay, that's not anything. I'll just go to printers. Right, so there's no research organizer on disc 1 either. I'm missing a disc. So let's just pretend that we didn't see that. But that's a wee bit of Encarta. Obviously, I have to look at a multimedia, some multimedia stuff. So I think the first time I ever saw a 360-degree map was an Encarta 98. So let's have a look at one of those. And we can look at grand old Westminster Abbey and eat some crumpets. Because my name is Top Hat Gamer and I would like to eat some crumpets and talk to you about Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's go to Paris. Nah, kidding on. I actually like Top Hat Gamer's channel quite a lot. So what we can do, we're actually here on the banks of the River Seine. No, we're not. We're at a fountain thing. And there's the Eiffel Tower. But the Eiffel Tower is on the bank. Oh yes, we are on the banks of the Seine. Sorry, I didn't see that there. But I did take a tour, actually, on one of the boats. Is that the river? Or is that the road? Can't mind. That could be the road. I'm not really able to see properly, but as you can see, we're able to do a full look around. And then there's all kinds of other multimedia there, so now this I do remember, like coming on the bus, coming with my school. Paris. La Bohème du... I can't read that properly. So you get the idea. I mean, there's all kinds of tours, there's all kinds of 360-degree tours, and then of course there's other bits of media. So, L'Arc de Triomphe, got its own. I love that. As you spin the camera around, people are walking. Used to think they are. And then we can listen to some music.
Paris, Paris outragé, Paris brisé, Paris martyrisé, mais Paris libéré. libéré par lui-même, libéré par son peuple, avec le concours des armées de la France, avec l'appui et le concours de la France tout entière, c'est-à-dire de la France qui se bat, c'est-à-dire de la seule France, de la vraie France, de la France éternelle.
So we've done some touring in France, and that's Encarta. Whoopsie. And obviously, I've shown different versions of Encarta many times on this channel. So I mean, I guess we all know what that is like. Okay, so that is Encarta Encyclopedia Deluxe 98. So I guess now we could actually play some games on this thing. Why not? So one of the games that actually came with this machine is this Moto Racer. I think might have actually been Moto Racer 2 that came with this machine. I'm really not sure now. I know that this is not the original disc, but actually, thinking about it, when I got this machine back in 2013, I did get with it all of the original paperwork and everything. So, let's see, I even got all the discs. So, let's have a look. Nope, I populated this case myself. So we have a few things in here. National Geographic, photos, The Simpsons Virtual Springfield. And for some reason it's an online documentation disc. We ended up getting two discs with our copy of Virtual Springfield. Oh look, here's the original Microsoft Encarta disc. Instant Typing Tutor. Virtual Springfield itself. Bodyworks. Foreign languages. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? WizKids. Sample CD. I think that was from Tivoli, which is kind of like a British edutainment company, kind of thing. I'm not sure what I could equate it to. I'd say Humongous Entertainment, but it's maybe somewhere between Humongous Entertainment and Broderband or something. Although really you can't touch Broderband. Then there's Trivial Pursuit. I don't think I've ever spun this disc. I don't think anyone has ever spun this disc in the 28 years that we've had it. In fact, look, it's still completely, perfectly sealed. I think I might have wanted to play it once or twice, but... oh no, here's a Tivoli demo. So, I'm not sure where Microsoft Football or Moto Racer went, but I know that I have copies somewhere. Microsoft Football is a pile of crap though, seriously. Can't understand anyone wanting to play that. I did get it as part of Microsoft Home Essentials 97. So anyway, back to Moto Racer. We got all these games actually because it was a James. It was a wee thing that we got with the machine. I don't know if Mum paid extra for that, But yeah, we got a form to fill in. Like, you know, we could claim different games and what have you. I remember Kid Picks being on that list. Moto Racer. Here we are, and I remember all the problems I had with DirectX. I remember I had a social worker at the time who was very technically minded, and he was telling me about how he'd got Wipeout 2097 on his computer, or 2097 as he called it, which I guess would be correct. Oh look, you can install the tracks on here. Does that mean I can run it without the CD-ROM? But he was saying how much of a problem he was trying to get Wipeout running on his machine, and I totally see what he means, because I mean, some of you guys will know there's only like a handful of computers that I can run that on, even if that even. So despite the fact that I'm installing tracks, as well as the front end of the game, this does seem to be going quite quickly. So we're going to use the Microsoft gamepad, I think. Even though back in the day, my mum did eventually buy a game controller for this system. It was a Destiny game controller. She also bought a joystick, a big old joystick. Can't mind, I think it was a Hawk something or other, and a air combat simulation pack. Basically, kind of one of these shovelware packs. But to us at the time, it was absolutely amazing. Some of the stuff that you could do with it. I'm just going to go into the control panel now and check that the game controller is installed. Yep, it is. So, let's see if we can run it. And that's it. That's literally all there is to it. What the hell was I trying to do? Oh look, kids, all the tearing.
Enter your name. Make your choice.
Okay, what's it doing now? Yay, joypad. I think I'm going to turn down the music. And we'll keep the resolution at 320 by 200. Direct 3D not detected.
Make your choice. Play solo. Select your mode.
Practice mode.
Select your race.
I love the arcade feel of this game.
Let's go.
Obviously, I think this would probably be better played with a joystick for analog controls, but hey ho.
3, 2, 1, go!
so well.
Time out. Game over.
Yeah, that's...
Try again. 3, 2, 1, go!
At least this time I know which buttons I need to press.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Uh-oh.
Time out. Game over. 3, 2,
I guess we're going for another round.
1, go! Checkpoint.
Well, I fell off. That's the problem with motorbikes. You can fall off them. Oh!
Checkpoint.
Literally just a bar hair away.
Checkpoint. Time out. Game over. Try
Well,
again.
I guess not. So that's Moto Racer.
Select your race. Select your mode. Make your choice.
So as you can see, that game was quite clearly working absolutely beautifully. What do you have to say about that? So for our next game, let's try something a wee bit more educational. Let's spin up a new game of where in the world is a flat surface to put this envelope on. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? And see if we can see how quickly I can bust a case. Yeah, I'll get really far with the instant typing tutor disc right enough. And this will be a good chance to test out a program that Billy has recommended to me called QRED. It's actually really quite a neat little program that will you can automate the changing of resolutions for programs that need it on a program by program basis. So instead of me having to do it manually, I can just install this wee guy here. So let's do that before we do anything else. Well, we'll install Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, I'm going to install 2 programs at the same time because that's good computer usage. Well, that's taught me a lesson. QRED, the setup is creating icons. Okay, so quick QRED has been installed. Not to be confused with the Microsoft QuickRes Power Toy. So now let's try and install Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I have seen a cartoon on the internet where her and Waldo, or Wally, as he's known actually over here, have a wee rendezvous. It's like, oh yeah, because you're searching for them both, because 1990s humour. Let's not register anything. Okay, now, so we may be ready to run this game, but not quite yet, because it needs the colour depth lowering, and I usually like to lower the resolution anyway as well, just to make it bigger. So what I'm going to do is, what you want to do, add QuickRes, or remove, add QRES or remove QRES. I can add QRES to a shortcut in the Windows Start menu, add QRES to a shortcut on the Windows desktop, or create a new shortcut on the desktop applying QRES to a program I select. So what I want to do is just add to a program that's on the Start menu. So I want to select Broadband Software, and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego version 3.0. Excellent. Finally, select what screen mode you want QRES to set for your program. Do not change color. Actually, yes, that's the thing I want to change. I want to go 256 colors, 640 by 480. Let's have a look in the advanced settings. Restore screen mode after program finishes. Yes, I want that. Direct screen mode switch by not using QuickRes. Not using. Oh well. Press test to see the effects of QRES before modifying the shortcut. Actually, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. This is probably a bad decision, but considering it's a game, you know, that'll take time to start up and shut down, I think I'm just going to chance it. I think what I'll do is I'll just apply the changes now. Larry the World is Carmen Sandiego. Well, this looks like it's working. Please type your name or select a detective from the list below to sign in. So I'm going to type J, because that's my name.
Hello and welcome to Acme. I'm the Chief, but you can call me, well, the Chief. We're in the business of tracking down thieves, and we're ultimately after one, Carmen Sandiego. Every creep we've ever collared has been working for her. Now, when you report for duty, I assign you a case. You go to the scene of the crime and look for clues about where the crook took the loot. Then the chase begins. Any bystander is a potential witness who can point you in the right direction. When you finally catch up with the crook, you've got to bust him. But remember, you can't arrest a crook without a warrant. And you can't get a warrant if you don't know what the crook looks like. Now, I could tell you lots more, but the best way to learn a job is on the job. So, are you ready for your first case?
No, I want to quit to desktop.
Some feather-brained felon has nabbed all of New Zealand's kiwi birds. The kiwi is the country's national symbol, and even though they're flightless, someone flew the coop with him. Your job? Bring the birds back, Bunky. Go get them.
If he's even touched Tez's classic computer collection, then we're going to have a problem. I love these bits of music. So basically, what you do in this game, you've got bystanders that you can just kind of click on and talk to. Then you have wee clues like slips of paper. So actors and actresses needed for tennis shoe basketball aid. Towering types only need apply. So that could tell us that the potential thief is tall. So I guess we could go for tall.
Yes. Cruise to Cambodia, then make for the Moon River.
Moon River.
She should be a writer. She's shaped like a pencil.
Oh, so she's very thin.
Have a good day.
Why, hello. I hear she is drifting toward the floating market in Bangkok.
I guess that's Thailand.
She was continually checking the time.
So, already I've learned a couple of things.
Bye. Have a nice day.
She's tall, potentially very thin, and it's a she, so well, this kind of date stamps the game. There's only two genders. Weight, thin, wearing a watch. Obviously, we can change the warrant. Even once you issue the warrant, you can change it if any new information comes to light. I usually like to try and get all the information down before I actually issue the warrant in the first place. But well, you never know. So I think it's time to move on. There's only a couple of people here, and I believe Bangkok is Thailand, so let's go there. Oh yeah, cartoon, 90s cartoon derp.
Look, those bumbling janitors. They must have been cleaning up after your crook. Good tracking.
Oh, here we go. Remembered to replace chronograph. Took a licking. Didn't keep ticking.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Hello.
I offered to loan her some money for the trip, but she was looking for solace.
Soulless Lennox.
You'd lose sight of her if she stepped behind a light post. You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you. I've got the Babel link translator here, and that's the charge, or basically the time I would have to catch a thief. This is why everyone in every country I go to appears to be speaking perfect English, and not even accented, necessarily.
What can I do for you? I just heard she is keeping company with some campesinos from the Altiplano.
Altiplano? I think that's in Chile.
She glanced regularly at her wrist. Glad to be of service.
Do you need information? You might find her shaking a maraca with an Andean folk band west of Lake Titicaca. She had a high-tech sundial strapped to her wrist. Best of luck to you.
A high-tech sundial. I like that. Okay, I'm gonna try Peru. It's in that general region. James Crevens.
If you want to learn more about a location, try calling up one of the Acme good guides who can give you a tour. If you do, you can call back that good guide later to help check over your warrant.
Nice.
Greetings. She said she was dressed for a rollicking time in the nightclubs of Pest.
That would be Hungary.
She's very slight of build. Think nothing of it. Bye.
Do you need assistance? She wanted to visit the villages west of Debrecen. She wore a chronometer. Bye-bye.
Let's have a look at this bit of paper. Dear Pants Plummet. Oh, at Slim Accessories, we have the perfect suspenders for your skinny physique. I like some of the music in this game.
Yes, what is it? She was wondering if she should trade her currency for Afghanis before she left, or wait to see how much they were worth in Jalalabad.
I would say Afghanistan.
If there were two of her, they'd look like chopsticks.
Ha!
Anytime. See you.
Some of these clues are hilarious.
Glad to meet you. Her plans were to take a cart from Karachi to a country north of Pakistan. I bet she could go to a masquerade ball disguised as a piece of string. Farewell.
I need more information about the.
Hello there. Her jewelry beeped at the top of every hour. Her plan was to land in Samarkand and take a bus to a nation south of Uzbekistan. So long.
What a pleasant old fellow. Oh, here we go. Annie open Saturday night. Redheads get in for free. Aha.
You'd better work fast, and here's why. Carmen is coming to collect the loot. You need to find and bust the crook before the handoff.
Oh, you mean
What's
like this?
going on?
Olive,
You may have caught me, but I'm too slippery to hold for long.
I love your money. Nabbed.
Great work! The papers are praising your perfect pursuit. After you busted her, all of your money, spent all of her money on lawyers. But she got convicted anyway. We went through hours of questioning with no luck. But just before the cell door slammed shut, we heard the crook shout, "I'll steal the planet's treasures till there's nothing precious left." Code, perhaps. I'm faxing it to you for further reference. I could use more of your superb skills right now. There's been another crime. Do you want to take the case?
I can't. And QRES has actually, it's gone right back to where it was before. That's brilliant. It's a fantastic wee program. So that is absolutely brilliant. So for the next game, I think we'll play a wee bit of Virtual Springfield.
Welcome to Springfield. I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me as town spokesman for such computer travel guides as Duluth, It'll Grow on You, and suddenly Tulsa. Of course, we all know Springfield for its award-winning dandelions and as birthplace of the glove compartment. But that's merely scratching the surface of a place the great Calvin Coolidge once labeled a pea-sized town with lima bean-sized dreams. So warm up your clicking finger and let's explore a land the poets call Springfield, USA.
I love this game, how like you'll see like various characters from the show and various references. We would have seen Principal Skinner had I not clicked too soon, who would have told us, tuck in that shirt. What is this? House of Tires. Oh, sugar, I seem to be heading toward the nuclear plant.
It's always we merely add these two substances together and presto. Okay, who lost a shoe?
I'm just randomly clicking about here.
That's just Smithers, the derelicts around.
That, of course, references the 22 short films of Springfield. Oh, is this Burns Manor? Way!
Be a dear and pop my hump back into place.
I've never been here in all the 20 years I've played this game. Well, we're back figure.
Oh, look, it's the idiot parade.
Oh, look, the RV lot. The RV lot from the episode where the Simpsons go into the forest. Can't even mind what that episode was called. And the mystery spot from Homer at the Bat. I think Ozzie Smith is probably still down there.
Mr. Langley, I did it again.
Springfield fireworks. The fireworks factory. Perhaps I should actually open the map and see where I am. Oh, I am actually headed in the direction of the nuclear plant, so I guess if I just kept taking this road, I would get there. Or not. End up back where I was. Simpsons house. Well, I suppose I could keep going to the very top of the map and then turn left, and then there we go, Simpsons. Simpson, Homer Simpson, he's the greatest guy in history. From the town of Springfield, he's about to hit a chestnut tree. Oh, here we go.
Oh, I ain't getting any prettier.
I like Grandpa.
I'm the Ayatollah of rock and roller.
Ayatollah rock and roller. I like that.
Who wet my pants?
And now Here we are at 742 Evergreen Terrace. Or in earlier seasons it was 1087 Evergreen Terrace.
Doodly-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Howdy, neighbor. How's the mowing going?
Drop dead, Flanders.
Oh, that's nice.
Welcome to our home. Say hi to our guests, Maggie. Oh, my. Pardon her French.
Yeah.
Sports? Phooey. In my day, we played a game called goose hockey. Everyone rode their favorite goose. Mine was named Petey, which in those days was pronounced Potty.
Jehovah, Buddha, Jesus too. Who loves you, baby? Time to chew.
Woohoo! Ugh, Brussels sprouts. Just think of them as little cabbages.
Oh, Marge. Ah, they've forgotten the soul donut from House of Treehouse of Horrors 4. Better not let social services see that.
Silly me. Son of a...
Fruit immobilizer. Kitchen Kaiser. Oh, look at all these Krusty the Clown things. Donuts. And all the Moe's glasses. James Homer, are you a student?
What a mess.
Let's see. No dial a number.
and out patrolling the halls. Right, how do you erase this thing?
Well done, Skinner.
Hello, you have reached up to at the booking mark. As I am unable to come to the phone, I assume that I am bound and gagged. If you would be so very kind as to come untimely, I would gladly give you a scoop of jumbo squishy for the price of a regular jumbo. Manufacturer suggested rebate offer good this month only, or you were prohibited.
Oh, James.
Hello, you have reached up to.
Let's see if I can call the emergency.
This is Police Chief Clancy Wickham. I can't come to the phone right now. My hair is caught in the fax machine. We're not in. You're in love with Pat. Plus, after Selma, press 1. You want to marry Selma, you'll want to fool around with Patty. Press 2. No, other way around. Either way, you're not getting it, chump.
Maybe. My day we listened to the radio and had to imagine the rest. Like that show with the Irish lady. Carmen Sandiego it was.
Oh, look. Simpsons Family Album.
All right, Mom.
That's from Streetcar.
Whoa, check out Homeboy.
It's B sharps, I reckon. Oh, look, Bart's all tuckered out. That's Bart after a visit from the Sandman. Oh, and this is nappy time, Bart.
Check out Bart. To think I'd almost faded that memory into oblivion.
From the Bounce Casino episode. Oh my. Homer's many takeaways.
All right, Mom.
There we go. Bridges of Springfield County. The notorious bridge at Gate 5B. Aldi Springfield Town Bridge. Crud Creek Bridge. Bridge of Death. Famous Jewish clowns. An edgy young comic, Herschel Krostowski. So far, so good. The Fighting the Fighting Schmegmans. The Kosher Brothers. The Amazing Three-Ring Circumcision. Herschel hits the big time. Whoops. Now let's go up the stairs. Oh my! Didn't realise there was hentai in this game.
Whoa, Bride of Frankenstein. Bye! Hey, man.
Oh no, Mr. Fuzzy Bunny.
You again? Get a hobby.
I have a hobby.
Time to put another monkey into orbit. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Jimbo, got anything to throw back?
Yeah. Melhouse!
Time to put another monkey into orbit. Please stop. I think I'm gonna be sick. Help!
What's Bart doing? Reading a book?
Jimbo, got anything to throw back?
Love some of the slapstick.
Dude, can a guy get some privacy?
Snake?
Hello, welcome to my room. Your assessment of my surroundings will undoubtedly play a substantial role in how I accept positive and negative reinforcement in my adult years. So please, judge fairly.
Oh, cool.
Today, Dad said I'm turning out just like him. I'll have trouble sleeping tonight. I visited Dad in the hospital today. It seems his pro wrestling career is over as quickly as it started. It's Wednesday, and I'm thinking about Mr. Bergstrom again. It's Thursday, and today I won first prize at the Nerd Rodeo.
The Nerd Rodeo?
It's Friday night, and I missed school already.
Ah, Lisa, get a hobby.
We rode horses today, and mine's name was Blackie, and he has the cutest eyes, and they cross when you pet him and dance, and you go get next to him, and I'm hyperventilating. It's Sunday, and I worshipped in 2 temples today. The First Church of Springfield in the morning, and the Jazz Hole at night.
Is my brother dumber than a hamster? Yep, Sweet, sweet cupcakes for all. Oh, look, Malibu Stacy. Where'd she go?
I don't know if I feel elation or shame by your obvious need to dig deeper into my inner being.
So that is virtual Springfield. So, yeah, inevitability. Let's play the original game. We'll play a couple of levels of it. Oh. Hey, Rayman, take this seed!
Hey, Raven! Take this magic seed!
Hey, Rayman! Oh! That went well. Ray Point. Oh, the things you have to go through to try and find these bloody crates. Damn it! Oh well. I guess I will have to go back through that trifecta of levels and redo the last one, this time taking the lower path. But there you go. So this is the Compaq Presario 2240. It was originally very much a budget machine, but back in the 90s that did not necessarily mean that it was a bad thing to have a budget PC. This machine has been very reliable the past 20 years that I've owned it, and it's a fantastic example of what Compaq could do, even for budget users. So, I mean, before, I'm going to be honest, like I said, I think at the start of the video, before I saw this machine, believe it or not, I did not like Compaq. I hated them because of the experience I had with the silly little Desk Pro at school. But then again, I was very immature, so, well, yeah. I remember that at the time I got given a Bradford Bulls calendar in 1998, and at the time they were actually sponsored by Compaq, and so there was a Compaq logo pretty much on every page. And it kind of showed, because I think on February 98 I crossed out Compaq and wrote ugh, but then in June 98 I wrote yeah next to it. So it's quite funny because a lot of things that I love today I started out really hating. Crash Bandicoot, for example, did not like that at all. Did not originally like the Volvo 740 either, but nowadays it is one of my all-time favourite cars. It's, funny how things go. Some things that I've really, really have hated in the past, and I kind of grow to love them, and they become kind of lifelong favourite things. Crash Bandicoot, that was did I just mention that? I can't remember. But yeah, no, Crash Bandicoot, I hated it. Really did. So, and obviously, I grew to love it eventually. So there you have it. Funny how things really pan out. Today, classic Compaq is one of my favourite computer brands of the 90s, the retro computer scene. I just kind of think it's a shame that HP had to buy out the business, and the Compaq name kind of got put on half-timbered products that would make anyone very ill, I think. But the Compaq Desk Pros and what have you, they became the HP Pro Desks. There were the HP Compaqs, and then they became the Pro Desks. Great creative name in there, HP. It was a Desk Pro. Now we're going to call it a Pro Desk. The Armadas became Evos, which then became Elite Books. You know, well, again, they became HP Compaqs, and then they became Elite Books, you know, which are pretty good systems. So Compaq still lives on in what HP do, but now I think it's an Argentinian consortium that actually owns the Compaq brand. As in, you know, actual Compaq. Another thing that they do, Prolinia. You've got Prolinia servers. So, yeah. But as far as this machine, I would have a wee dram, but, you know, I've got to make the channel family friendly, so let's toast then Iron Brew to another 20 years of the Compaq Presario 2240. That can is about empty. Oh well. But, I mean, like I said in 2013, this machine really has kind of, you know, it really has been a brilliant machine. And, you know, I would love to see computers being built this well again. If I had any criticism, though, it's that I found the hard drive impossible to remove without taking the CPU out, the CPU cooler, which is actually quite a big thing. I think it's a passive cooler with a fan somewhere. Can't remember. It's been a while since I was inside this machine. But hey ho. Anyway, I think with that, I think I'll end this video, and I really do hope you enjoyed watching. So please join me for my next video, which I believe is not actually going to be anything about Compaqs. But that said, I hope you do join me. Thank you very much. Cheery bye.